Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Super Bryceachu here, coming back at you. Today I'm doing my fourth part, my Shadowrun Dragonfall gameplay, Dilly Bar. And in the last episode, it was not good. We lost my Australian lady. She got her brain fried. Oh, that was 2 episodes ago, but the last episode we ended up escaping from that fucking crazy-ass impossible situation. Who's this? Oh, that's Elger. Alright, that's the proper troll lady. Let's go. But so we ended up escaping, even though I probably could have taken down that guy. I probably could have got him. But now we are in Kraz Bazaar, some shit like that. I'm sure they'll have it mentioned again. But it's basically, before I read this, it's pretty much, essentially, to quote Chop Allman, essentially what Kraz Bar is think Mos Eisley meets Sanctuary. So in this world, it's kind of like, it's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. But also, it's kind of like going to be the hub world for this place, and it's where all the black market dealings take place. And it's kind of out of anyone's jurisdiction. Or that's the impression I got anyway. That's kind of my spin on it. But here we go. Let's hop in. Alright, let's do this. You step inside the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel. Gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Yeah, this is where our safe house is as well. On the U-Bahn. The Udo-Bahn. Paul Amstel. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He stepped towards, revealing a pale expression face. Light glinting off the steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amstel, your team's fixer and the landlord. Part dealmaker, part information broker. One of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares. Ilger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. His face has gone ashen. He swallows. Takes a moment to chew on his words before spitting them out, which maybe I should do. How did it happen? Decking, I'm not a decker. The run was a setup. Vault security. Yeah, no, it was a setup. I've seen Monica in black IC before. This was something worse. Glory nods, and motions of robotic and spared. Monica died of biofeed-induced stroke. That's right. Elger thrust a gloved finger into your chest, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. Brush your fingers aside, ignore it, let it happen. I can brush your finger aside. That's bullshit, Elger. You weren't even in the room. Shove her hand away. Poke me again, I dare you. Ignore it. Let it happen. She jacked me in. She screamed, and then she seized. By the time we saw she was in trouble, it was already too fucking late. Yeah, I'm gonna say that one. Yeah, because you never bothered learning what to look for. Muscle contraction and micro tremors are good indicators of a Decker in distress. I'm assuming that you don't have any keeping eye out for those. No. If I had my friend who'd been lying dead in the basement. If you had, my friend would be lying dead in the basement. Oh, shove off, Elger. We were the lookout for physical security. Dirty Crenus included. Throwing him under the bus isn't helping anything. Under a bus is exactly where he belongs. Elger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that. But you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like a game. Do that long enough and you're going to get burned. That's true. Elger turns focus back to you. And if you'd been paying attention, you'd figure all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching much more than that door. Almost, Elger. Enzel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Enough, Elger. My bad. Elger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's a fire in her eyes. How many seconds between Monica's first convulsion and the plug getting pulled? 4? 5? You know how much damage biofeed can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? Yeah. Look, this won't fucking fix anything. That's what I would say. You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is your Oh, I skipped one. I'm sorry. He probably said, dirty Crenus, you're the best. You got that dirty Crenus, girl. Alright. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he led us to believe, and I want to know why. Right there with you. This is supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason we need to find him. We saw something back there, something we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume we are all still endangered. He pauses and rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize danger, we need to know who we were dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. I don't know, fucking the estate was just in front of wherever they were going in the basement. After everything went to hell, we confronted an orc in military-grade armor. Monica lived long enough to say the name. We're gonna say this one, yeah. Fuck the military-grade orc. Amsel seemed taken aback. He pauses for a moment before responding. The firewall. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me, this brings me back many unpleasant memories. The fire wing. No, that's the fire wing. The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experience terror in their own living shadows. He glances at Glory. You're far too young to remember her, of course. But for the Germans of my generation, her name is Feng Shuizi. It's synonymous with chaos and destruction and, ultimately, death. Dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Feng Shuizi was not. After her awakening, we sent she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed over tens of thousands of lives. Ansel takes a deep breath and slowly releases it. There is a haunted look in his eyes. Those were the dark days. Countless men and women and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation nor end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot believe to understand. Once stopped hurt, I imagine that rampaging dragon must go away on its own. Eventually, the fire wing was brought down by a man named Dr. Aldrian Vulcord. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. What? Did I really just fucking read that? But the experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vulcord had finally pierced his side. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire, and crashed down a radioactive wasteland of the Sox. This event was called the Dragonfall. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a motherfucking title. There we go, Dragonfall, boom. Did it, done, finished, game beaten. I'm just kidding. Safe at last from the Dragon's Wrath, Germany celebrated Volker as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day Dragon Slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If Dragonfall was an important event, as you make it out to be, I'm surprised we've never heard of this. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Elgar. Not on a national level, but on a global scale. The new species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world. A new source of terror for the bewildered public. And in 2021, a sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave what? Rise to yet another global panic. Oh, she's a troll and I'm an orc. In light of such turmoil, it's to my surprise that Dr. Vulcor and the Fire Wing were forgotten. Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Again, all this happened decades ago, to the best of my knowledge. The story of Feng Shuizi is a bit of a historical trivia and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath to tell us about a long-dead dragon? Elger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas to why? Ansel's voice trembles with frustration. No. It doesn't make any sense that, it does, for me, to you, you know, I'm trembling. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Feng Shui's been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's something I do know. Whenever Monica saw whatever it was she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself and takes a deep breath and slowly releases. Ah! I will look into this and I will find answers. In the meantime, why don't you turn up anything else of value? Did you turn up anything else of value? Now, the estate was in the front or whatever was going in the basement. If everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc military grade armory. He appeared to be head of security. That is not much to go on. Oh, I read that wrong. That is not much to go on. There we go. There we go. I nailed it. Fucking nailed it. High five, self. Alright. Do any details about the orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy for one. From the sound of his voice, I guess he's mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. What, orcs don't live that long? He had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. Ah, that's something. I'll see what I can find out. Did you note anything in the run and maybe a value? Yes, last thing. Here you go. I thought it was going to be like a single choice that mattered, but whatever. Ansel nods. I just told him that the mansion, the museum was a front for this shit going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. The facility took serious funds to build. And time. The more we saw it, places don't... There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, are none too pleased by our escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? That's all we got, dude. Come on. That's not much. I agree. Ansel nods. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement of middle-aged orc with a skin graft. And a Forgotten World event. Yeah, pretty much this is the worst mystery ever. Wait, we're missing something. Who paid for the run? You haven't told us who paid. Whoever set us up, we're walking into. I feel like it's all gonna be the same response. Amsel looks pained. I don't know his exact identity. I didn't set up the run. Monica did. That dumb biscuit. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take the job, but she assured me that it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently with a man who called himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent scientist in the F-State political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica would do anything for the cause, for the Flux State. He sighs. Winters swore that the data would be crucial to ensuring the future of the stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. Sounds like Green Winters is our best lead then. We need to track down Monica's client and pass him the information. Press him. Now he's our best lead. We don't want to press him. Yes, most definitely. It's clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica on to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to grab it. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information from Green Winters, and it needs to be fast. How do we find this guy? There's a man in Kreuzbazar. A Turk named... oh, God. Really, game. Fuck you. Altubergag. Oktung Buragazi. Oktung Buragazi. Holy fucking shit. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Calf Cave. Okay. Game, I love ya. I love you, game, but was that really necessary to throw that shit in there? You couldn't come up with anything else that was easier to pronounce. Fuck you. This man is a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. And you think he knows something about Green Winters? Amsel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altung. One of his people have been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I do not trust the man. Pragmatic. Sounds like it's time that I pay Octon a visit. Best, yeah, I'll be cautious. Yes, I'll tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig the information that you've uncovered already. To dig into the information you've covered already. I'm sorry, I'm going crazy today. Sparse though it may be. Fuck you, man. I tried my best. I did a good job on that, motherfucker. God, that took me like 20 minutes to read that shit. Holy fuck. I hope you guys enjoyed it, though. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with this. I really like doing voiceovers, and it's like reading practice for me. Can I... Oh, I want that one. I fucking want that one. I want that one. I want Dante. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps into the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of intermediate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. At the end of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch a breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. He closes his eyes. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down at the huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Are you fucking serious, man? Come on, how the fuck did the dog know that she fucking... Matrix dog. You're gonna make this so hard, Matrix dog. Fucking hell, man. Scratch him behind the ears, grab Monica's bag of soy jerky treats at the table and give him one. Scratch him behind the ears. Dante leans up to you and looks mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is with you, dirty Crenus. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it, and then a slow, melancholy smile across his face. Well, perhaps part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with our tongue. Mein Freund. I'm not sure if that means sir or friend. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters. And we can get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor. And now I think we should all take a moment. His lips tighten. For Monica. Yeah, man, fuck, I mean... She did. She fried her fucking brains. Alright, well... This was more of an episode of me just, like, reading dialogue. But I don't want to, like, have this go any more than, like, 20 minutes, so... Thanks for watching, guys. I mean, that was pretty interesting. Stuff is happening. It's not boring, by any means. And I think... Is he gonna follow me? Come on, follow me, bitch. Nope, he's not gonna follow me. Can I drink that? Oh no, he's following me! He's got me a pup. Hey there, pup. Oh, his head's as big as mine. His head is fucking huge. Alright, guys, well, thanks for watching. You know what? If you enjoyed this, if you're watching this, and you like this series, you want me to keep doing stuff like this, you know, just fucking shoot me a like. Maybe comment if you want. Subscribe. Comment on what voices you want to be where. But thanks for watching. And remember, at the end of all my videos, also a shout out to Merovingian, Derpy Starhead, and Chop Almond. And remember that I say do